A new state law says men no longer have to pay child support if DNA proves they're not the father. However, those who owe back child support do still have to pay.
Joining us live now to talk more about this is family law attorney Cheryl Alsandor. Cheryl, this to me just flies in the face of any sense of fairness that someone who isn't the father still has to pay the back support.
Correct. And that's something probably our legislature needs to work on a little bit more. But as of now, I guess the legislature was thinking in terms of fairness, that the man initially had the opportunity to take a DNA test. And so if a man later finds out after a court ruling some years later that he's not the father of the child, it's because he didn't take advantage of that DNA test the first time around.
What prompted this law, Cheryl? Were there just a lot of men forced to pay?
I'm not sure of exactly what prompted the law. I know that in my experience, I've had clients that would come to me 10 years later and say, the mother said that I am not the father of the child. I've taken a DNA test when the child was with me. I know the child is not mine. I don't want to pay child support. What can I do? And the way the law was written before was that after a certain period of time, generally 4 years, the man could do nothing. He could not set aside the order, even though there was clear DNA testing proving that he was not the father.
So the testing,
and it wasn't fair.
So should a person ask for the test at the time of the divorce before the court ruling is issued? Is that how that works?
I think it's best. That's what I advise my clients to do, whether it's and in most cases in a divorce situation, I generally don't advise that unless there has been adultery or my client senses there may have been adultery. Then in a divorce situation, I definitely urge my client to take a DNA test. But this usually comes up from me in my cases in situations where the mother and father were not married, where they were just dating or living together. And so in those situations, I always urge my male clients, of course, to take a DNA test.
All right. Thanks so much for telling us about this. Family law attorney Cheryl Alsandor.